everyone, welcome to Cryptalina channel, and today I will show you incredibly profitable strategy which became available thanks to my special indicator which we have been developing together with my team for 2 years. It's called AIK1 True Trend, and today we will test one interesting strategy using this indicator. We will trade on the 1 hour time frame in the Bitcoin dollar pair. So right now this indicator is available for absolutely everyone. You can watch this video till the end and follow the first link in the description of this video and then purchase access to the indicator. This is a truly worthwhile purchase. After watching this video till the end, you can follow this tip and see how profitable my indicator is on the daily time frame. So let's get started. So we move on the settings. What do we need to change here? We also leave the signal length at 40, leave the signal factor at 2.5, and leave the signal to show all. You can change the color on which you want. I leave blue and purple, and also check the box to use strong signals. We want strong signals to be marked on the chart. Also friends, we will definitely use this point, use whale screener. This is an absolutely unique feature that shows when whales are purchased, and this will help us and show the direction of the market, so leave all other settings the same. What is the essence of my strategy? We will enter trades at the time when several factors coincide. The first factor is the main one, when a strong short appears. The second factor is when we see a huge amount of red discards by a big position player. You see a lot of red vertical bars here, plus a red dot is shown, which means that the whales are potentially ready to push the market down by a certain percentage. So let's wait and see when the strong short comes out. We will go for strong shorts and just regular short and long positions. Strong long and strong short suits us. Also, let's not ignore the automatic support and resistance zones that we have here. As you can see, now we have a huge series of red vertical stripes that appear on our growth now, and this means that the market will sell out in the near future. We can also draw another such support zone for 1 hour time frame, and let's see what happens next. So friends, one short signal appeared and immediately disappeared. The short signal appeared again, blinked and disappeared again. Plus, the whale sales indicator is growing, so we can conclude that a collapse will occur in the near future. A short signal has appeared and I will enter a short position here. Now I will show how I will mark the risk-reward ratio here. The previous high is 28,660 and here also the previous high is 28,644. Accordingly, I will use no more than 2% of my position to stop up and down. In this situation I will go to the nearest support level. Of course I will probably start fixing my position earlier, but in general I am satisfied with the risk-reward ratio here. So we can also use 1.5 and 3 risk-reward ratios. It already depends on what leverage you use. I usually use no more than 2 or 10 leverage. So let's see how this trade closes. Friends, a strong short signal has appeared. Here we can also add margins for this position, and as you can see, huge liquidity has passed here. When a red dot appears, we can add margin to this position. In general, we can open our position, reopen it here and increase our stop loss. So let's see what happens next. Excellent friends, the position closed in profit. I remind you that we closed it here, and as you can see, it took us only a few hours to close this position at a profit of 4%. And we closed this position at a profit of 4% without leverage. Also, see, here we broke this support which we noted here, and we can generally wait and close this position even lower, somewhere in this zone. So that is Most likely it will come somewhere here. Even if it doesn't come, we have already closed this position anyway. And I repeat that we were guided by the indicator and by the support zone, which was around $27,500. So we closed right next to this zone, and in general we could close a part of the 30, 40, 50% position here and wait for the rest. But nevertheless, the main position is closed and the stop loss is moved to break even, and our position is in profit right now. So let's see what happens next with this trade. There is a signal for a long trade. We need to wait for the closing of the hourly candlestick and see if this signal remains for a long trade. Again, let's watch it. A long signal remained from this candlestick and I again go to a long position. We leave this resistance line and let's go long from here. This will be a risky position, I warned you right away, because we see only one long signal, and here we will rather look at the dynamics of the market, at the payoff that will take place. So it's clear that most likely this trade can close at a loss. We will have a rather large stop at 2.32, and when I enter this trade I will not use a lot of leverage because we get a fairly large stop here, and the maximum target that I see here is 4.58% and the risk-reward ratio is almost 2, and I will probably close lower if the trade goes into profit. Let's take a closer look at this. So friends, a green dot has appeared. Here it was possibly to buy a little margin, and after this candlestick I usually transfer my position to break even. In my VIP channels in Telegram and even in my free group in Telegram, when signals appear, I post these free signals every time, and usually when half of the position has already worked out for us and we took at least 2% from this trade, here I usually have take profits. But here we will not completely break the trade at take profit. Here we will take almost everything we want. The nearest take profit is 28,390, and let's wait and see what happens. I remind you that I have already transferred this trade to break even, and friends, we have collected this trade. We earned another 4.58%. In total, we already have 9.76%. It was a no-loss trade because we moved the stop loss to break even. And let's look at how much time we have made, almost 10%. In almost 23 hours, we made 10% of the profit with 10s leverage. Again, you could now make 90% of the profit. It's quite realistic to make such a percentage per day with this indicator, and you can now go to the first link in the description and see the prices for this indicator. This is not a free tool because it's really very good if you know how to use it, but I can also say that there are free signals from my indicator. They are periodically sent to my free Telegram group, and if you also want to receive free signals and try this, you need to go to my open Telegram group, and there you can find free strong signals that I can put out publicly for everyone to use, and you can open a trade, earn money by subscribing, or just check the indicator and then buy the full version. So let's see what happens next. Here we again came to the border. We see that we have come to the resistance zone of $29,084, and we have such a red values. We are waiting for what will happen next. And another resistance zone appears on the chart thanks to our AE quantum trend indicator. For a long time nothing happened. For about 2 days there was not a single signal, and it's quite normal. We have enough high quality signals that can be used well on non-volatile pairs and on pairs that have a fairly large amount of liquidity. For example, such as Bitcoin, but it can also be used very competently on other currency pairs. And in the future I will tell you how you can trade on altcoins, how you can invest in altcoins using this indicator, and why it's a very good tool that can bring a large amount of profit over long-term distances. So a resistance zone has appeared. This is at least another signal that we may soon go down. So far, nothing is happening inside this channel. So friends, the zone of resistance has disappeared. This means that certain factors have appeared that indicate that these zones of resistance was rather weak, and now there are no arguments for this zone to remain, and we still have strong resistance and support zones. As you can see, we are constantly pushing away from them and constantly trading. A short signal has appeared. This is not a strong signal, so we will enter the trade very carefully with a small stop. What are our arguments? A very large number of red vertical lines have appeared, and that is now a big player is selling heavily. Again, we will enter with a very small stop. Here I see something like this trade. We can go from here. It's not necessary to enter directly from the current values. I will enter this trade from around here if I manage to enter it, and my goal is around here. And I will have a very small stop around 1%, and the target will be here. If they let me enter this trade, it will be great. If they don't let me enter, then we have lost one of the trades. Here we have another argument, a red dot. In general, here you can already try to enter a trade by increasing the stop to 1.5%. We also have a target of $27,400, but we can make it a little lower. As you can see, another resistance zone appears in the short term. Above it, we immediately placed our stop. There is no point in stretching the stop loss above because there is already another resistance zone. Accordingly, it will be easier to open a trade from it. For now, we are in the trade. This trade closes in profit, friends, and here we broke through the resistance zone. Stop loss can be pulled lower and wait for what will happen next. Why didn't you close this trade right away? Because here again we have a strong support zone and we broke through it. Therefore, now in general we can see what will happen next. Again, we'll lower the stop on the trade below, but don't close the trade completely yet and see what happens next. The trade goes down and we take up to 4% from this trade. Here I would already close this trade because there are a lot of arguments that the market can turn around soon and 4% profit suits me. So we write in our bank another 4% and already 14% without leverage we could do. So friends, we have another long signal. As you understand, it's not always necessary to trade right when it appears. There are arguments for going long, and I think that it's possible to enter a position and test several nearest resistance levels. So let's try to enter. We will do it carefully with the smallest possible stop. Here I think that it's quite reasonable to put a stop loss at 1%, not even behind the low, because there are not enough arguments to increase the stop loss and the market is locally below the support level. So locally, we broke through a strong support level and now we are testing it again. I would put a profit here on the green block, or if we close the next hourly candlestick well, and the market shows trends, it will be possible to increase the profit up to 4%. But for now, our goal is such a small trade. Another green dot appears here. There is an argument to add margins and move our stops a little lower. You can throw some margin into the position and it would be wise to increase the stop loss. The position will look like this now, and another green signal almost reached our stop loss. Again, we can lower our stop loss a little because there was a green flash and we agreed that we would look for a stop loss around 2%. Here in general, there were arguments to make a stop loss in the region of 2%, not a good situation because we cannot test the resistance level from the up teens time. So let's see how the trade ends. We break through the resistance level. Here I move the stop loss to break even. If the price now touches our stop loss, then we will just have a free trade, a rather controversial situation. Therefore, I transfer the stop loss to break even right here, and let's test the level again. And a new support level appears on the 1 hour time frame. Here the trade is not closed yet, the price didn't reach our break-even level. There are already some arguments for shorts, we will see what happens next. So friends, there are quite a lot of arguments for shorts. Here I closed the trade without reaching the main take profit, and we still take 3.54% from this trade. In total, from the moment we started trading with our indicator using not only the strongest signals, in 6 days we have earned 17% profit. If you traded with 10 leverage, you could take 170% profit in just 1 week. So friends, I will show you a few more trades and that's it. Here appears a fairly large number of arguments for the fact that we will soon go down. The big player starts to sell out on the 1 hour time frame and we are getting close enough to the new resistance zone of $29,000. So we will see how the price will react at these levels at start from this. And we are also approaching the second level of resistance. Now it acts as a support level locally, but in fact it's a resistance level, and this is where the red dot comes in, plus the selling of big players. If a short or strong short appears near this level, then it would be quite logical to open a short trade that is not super risky. Also note that right now we had a strong momentum without any signals. Technically, the bullish flag has worked out now, and again we understand that a big player sells position and leaves the market locally in this range. And right now we have collected quite a lot of liquidity, stop losses are collected here. We didn't enter the trade because we don't have enough arguments to enter it, and let's see when our indicator will show us the entry. As you can see, a large number of vertical signals are starting to appear again, that a big player is selling his position. A fairly large long position in this range was occurred here, and here it began to sell out. It sold out here and now it's also sold out. Let's see what will happen next. So here we have a fairly strong signal, a controversial moment, even though we had a strong long and there was a green dot which says that a big player is starting to buy. In general, again, a controversial point. Let's see where we can close our position. The area of interest is about here, but again, I will start to enter the position quite carefully. I will not try to earn more than I can. 0.9% stop loss and 1.47% profit, but if we show a good reaction here near $28,635, then I will stretch my position to 4% to the next resistance zone, and let's watch. And the trade closed at a loss of 0.9%. It happens. Minus 0.9%. Now we have 16.54% profit, and let's see also what happens next. So friends, as you can see, there has been a manipulation. We had a strong long signal, but we were still knocked out of this strong scalping trade, and the price still went where we wanted it to go, but we were already knocked out of there, and this happens sometimes. We see a huge number of purchases, we are near a strong support zone. So in general, if we get a long or strong long signal, a long position will look quite illogical from here, and your strong support level has appeared. Pay attention to it. If a strong long appears somewhere here, then it might be worth moving your stops below the support, so that this doesn't happen when we were knocked out of the trade by manipulation. So we are reaching the next level of resistance. Red signals are already appearing. Strong long wasn't shown to us, so we didn't enter the trade. There were not enough arguments for this. And we adhere to our strategy. If a strong sell signal appears, then it would be logical to go short. The market is going up. Again, there are big sales, but there are not enough arguments for a short position. So an indicator appears that is worth taking a closer look. Once a red dot, 2 red dots, and that is, even if in the near future we see growth upwards, we are likely to fall down, but we will wait for a sufficient number of arguments to open a position. We also pay attention to the fact that a new resistance level of 30,367 appears. Why should we pay attention to the resistance or support levels that appear? Because if a strong short signal appears here, you need to take into account that liquidity may be collected by 3 or 4%, a big up candlestick that will take you out of the stop. To avoid this, you need to pay attention to how close we are to strong zones and put stops a little higher than you expect. So friends, a strong short signal has appeared, so we are in a pretty good position near the $30,695 resistance level. Yes, we can go even higher, but this is a strong enough signal. We can try a go short here. And I would take out a stop loss for 3%, something like this, and take profit can be something like this, risk reward ratio 2, and let's see how this trade closes. So pay attention to what I said. Why should you set your stop loss higher, especially if you're near strong levels? In this case, a strong level is already $31,000, but we will not stretch our stop loss higher. If anything, we will just re-enter the trade and take the profit, because we understand that the direction of the market has been down recently. Plus, look how we constantly deviate from strong zones, which our artificial intelligence also draws for us. We also moved our stop higher so that we wouldn't be hurt by the liquidity run. Let's see how this trade closes. So friends, strong zone 30,367. If you manage to break through it, then the trade will be good. There is also an area where you need to be careful with this short. If we show a reaction at this support level and break below, then we will not close the trade. Reach the level, we can move the trade here to break even or put a lower stop. It makes no sense to keep this trade with such a large stop. It can be reduced. And now I will visually show you where you can put a stop. You can put it around here. Here, either our trade closes at break even or we take profit. I would take the profit because a long signal appeared here, plus 3% to our total profit we can add. So let's see how much we traded by the number of days, 26 days. And during this period we managed to make 20% profit only on the Bitcoin pair with a minimum amount of risk. So with 10 leverage per month you could make 200% of your deposit. If we say that you have a $5,000, then in 1 month with my indicator you could make $10,000. Just an incredibly powerful tool that every trader should have in their arsenal. So if you want to have a subscription to my indicator, then follow the first link in the description, go to the bot and get acquainted with all the necessary information to use this indicator. So that's all for now. I hope it was useful for you. See you soon. Bye.